Uh, Please feel free to use the chat box for any questions or any thoughts and suggestions. You can, um, but you're free to speak on the thing as well. It's just we're a pretty huge group, so it might get a bit chaotic if everybody speaks. All right, so we have Harmeet's painting first.
Is there a title?
Hello. Yeah.
Is there a title to this?
Isaac, it's a detail. You can show the whole painting if it is possible. Yeah. The fourth image, yes. Yeah, thank you.
Oh,
Awesome.
So these are the details.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
amazing.
Nice, Hemant. It's amazing work.
Thank you.
Harmeet,
So,
you'd like to share?
yeah. It's a depiction of the current situation during that pandemic and everything. You can see that there are farmers who is walking and there is a dead end. They were not able to meet their places, and there is in left bottom in the left you can see the farmers are working with that antennas and everything. These are things like, and this is I have depicted the issue, that issue is a farmers issue, bill issue, which is like happening recently by our government. So, and you can see there are three or four parts in this painting, and you can see the buildings. Buildings are their houses, which they are creating for us. And even the issue is, I have painted one Mangalyaan is here. So we are talking about the Mangalyaan, Mars, Moon, whatever. But we are not able to meet that. Like we can't arrange simple 800 buses for labor or migrating people during the pandemic. So where are we going? I have no idea what we are talking about. What we will do if I have plot in Mars, what will we do with that thing? So so yeah, this is like, you can see that this is a simple depiction with that that perspective is slabs which is broken. Yeah. So yeah, and there is a moon is bigger than human being. That shape is moon shape. Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing work.
Thank you. So I think it's a simple depiction, and the lines are, you can see the lines. It's a map. It's a depiction of how how miles they walk, and they reach their places. So it's a kind of, you can say it's a puzzle. You can start from right top, and you can't reach anywhere. It's kind of puzzle
Vivek,
for them.
come fast.
Yeah, that's it.
Thanks, Harmeet.
Thank you, Isaac.
This will all be online, so for those who would like to take more time to view it, and of course you can get in touch with Harmeet, and we'll have the writing as well up. So definitely there'll be more opportunities to spend more time with it. This was done by Asiya Sheikh, and I don't think she's in the meeting. But talking about how the heart and brain were locked during this Corona time, and then those are societal pressures that that are depicted by the two faces screaming at the heart and the brain. So it was a feeling that she depicted. We have Akshay Alurkar's painting here. Akshay, are you here?
Yeah.
If you'd like to share anything about it.
Oh, it's a very basic feeling that I've tried to show here. So, so a task which we take for granted in our daily lives is like a big challenge for someone facing anxiety or depression. And in the artwork, I've shown a victim or a sufferer who's experiencing this burden of getting out of bed. And you can see himself pulling him down and sinking into the bed again. And in the background, there is his partner or another figure which is faded and who's continued beginning his day, his or her day. So it's at a very rudimentary level what goes through the mind of a person depressed.
Mm. It's wonderful. Speaks volumes.
Thank you, Akshay. Now we have Ananya's work.
Hello. So this is about a girl and she's fading and she's extremely overwhelmed by the modern toxicity around her due to social media, due to societal pressures and all of that. And the girl on the right is actually reaching out to her, is helping her come up and stop herself from fading. And it also is a depiction of how art and culture play a role here. So the girl on the right is a Bharatanatyam dancer. And yeah, it's basically just a gesture of reaching out for helping and how art can actually save you from being faded. And yes, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Ananya. Now we have Anshuka's work.
Yeah, hi everyone. Well, I came across some real life stories and there was this instances of them describing their struggle and also I tried to create uh, I tried to create a image out of it and also me empathizing to it. Yes. And I have taken inspiration from Edward Munch's paintings. I'm quite inspired from his use of colors and how he uses semi-abstraction and all. So yeah.
Thank you, Anshuka. Now we have Anupama's. It's a woodcut work. Anupama, if you're here or up, if you'd like to share.
Hello.
Hi.
Yes, this is Linocut actually.
Sorry, Linocut, yes.
Yes, I'm doing another work and still not yet completed because yeah, rainy and for moisture, this is not drying. So I just put this one. This work title is Clutter of Fear. So I'm, hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yes. Actually, last 6-7th month when lockdown started, I am here in Khairagar, still alone. 1-2 month here in PG. Some juniors were here, but last 3-4 month I am alone here. So whatever sometimes fear and depression and sometimes I can't think what to do, what not, confusing, and all this I just want try to show in this work together. Actually,
Beautiful. Thank you, Anupama. And we have Arpita's work.
Hi. So here this is a child I've worked with. He's a child with autism. So this is an image of him. This is usually a corner he finds at the center that I've worked where he sits there to calm down, look out the open cell, and he doesn't speak at all. but I was just wondering what must be his thoughts going on. And the color blue is also used for autism awareness, so that's why I use that.
Thanks, Akita. Bal Gopalan's work. Bala, are you here? So in the description, it was mostly about the text that Dogan says, and right now I won't read the entire thing, but we can revisit this perhaps when Bala is available. Now we have Bharti Verma's work. Bharti, आप हैं?
Yes, sir.
If you'd like to share anything.
मैंने एक्चुअली 3 वर्क्स किए हैं, जिसमें मैंने एक मेल मेंटल हेल्थ के लिए यूज़ किया है, एक फीमेल मेंटल हेल्थ के लिए यूज़ किया है और एक नॉर्मल ब्रेन के जो सेल्स होते हैं उसके ऊपर वर्क किया है। जो फर्स्ट वाला आप देख रहे हैं, द थिंकर वाला स्कल्पचर, उसका मैंने आउटलाइन दिया है एंड उसके अंदर एक्चुअली मैंने स्टोरी को डिपिक्ट किया है कि हमें मतलब कोई भी अगर मेल होता है, अगर उसको सुनने के लिए कोई मिल जाता है, मतलब इन द सेंस कि कोई फ्रेंड हो गया या कोई भी हो गया, अगर वो किसी को सिर्फ एक बंदे को भी अगर अपनी बात फील करके बता देता है, तो वहाँ पे वो डिप्रेशन से निकल सकता है। उसके पास बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस होते हैं बिकॉज कि वो रिलीज कर लेता है एक ही टाइम पीरियड में। एंड यहाँ पे मैंने थोड़ा सा डिपिक्ट किया था वैंगो की स्टोरी को भी इसके साथ बिल्डअप किया था कि वैंगो की लाइफ अगर उनको कोई सुनने वाला होता थियो के अलावा, उनके ब्रदर के अलावा, बिकॉज कि जब तक थियो उनके साथ था, उनका पूरा साथ दे रहा था, तब तक ही इज ओके एंड सब कुछ करने के लिए रेडी था। लेकिन थियो के साथ उनकी अपनी लाइफ, फैमिली लाइफ भी आ गई, तो उसमें वो इतना ध्यान नहीं दे पाए उनके ऊपर। और जो उनको अपनी लाइफ में वैंगो को जितने लव मिले, वहां से उन्हें एक पॉजिटिव वाइब्रेशंस नहीं मिल पाई। तो अगर वहां पे कोई भी उन्हें एक सपोर्ट भी मिल जाता, तो शायद वो अपने आप को शूट नहीं करते, बिकॉज कि वो अपनी फीलिंग्स को और वो सब चीजें वो कंट्रोल कर पाते हैं। बट वैसे एज ए आर्टिस्ट इज वन ऑफ द गुड, जिन्होंने डिप्रेशन में रहकर भी, अगर उन्हें डिप्रेशन था तो डिप्रेशन में रहकर भी उन्होंने बहुत सारे ब्यूटीफुल कलर्स को अपनी पेंटिंग में टच किया है। इट्स वेरी नाइस। मैंने एक नीचे लेटर यूज किया है जहाँ पर थियो और वैंगो एक दूसरे को अपने थॉट शेयर कर रहे हैं। एंड सेकेंड वन इज फीमेल वन। यहाँ पे एक्चुअली मैं इस सिचुएशन से गुजर भी चुकी हूँ और मैंने अपने आप को एक डिफरेंट तरीके से दिखाया है। यहाँ पे एक लेडी है जहाँ पे उसके माइंड में एक अलमीरा है। ऑलरेडी हर एक लेडी के माइंड में एक अलमीरा होती है, क्योंकि वो एक टाइम पीरियड में बहुत सारी चीजें सोचती है, जॉय, फैमिली, हैप्पीनेस, अपनी सक्सेस के बारे में, अपने बेबीज के बारे में, अपनी बहुत सारी चीजें उसके लिए इम्पोर्टेंट होती है। वो एक बॉक्स के अंदर नहीं सोच पाती। जैसे कि अगर मेल के लिए बोला जाए तो उसको सबसे ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट होता है कि वो मनी वाइज सोचता है कि मनी मुझे कहाँ से पुटअप करना है और वो सब चीजें। लेकिन वो एक टाइम पीरियड में एक चीज को कलेक्ट करता है। लेकिन फीमेल के साथ बहुत सारी चीजें चल रही होती है, फैमिली भी चल रही होती है, वर्क भी चल रहा होता है, सब कुछ। लेकिन वो उन बॉक्सेस, जो वो इतने सारे बॉक्सेस एक साथ खुले होते हैं, वो उनके साथ किस तरीके से डील करती है, दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट। अगर उसे एक लाइट भी मिल जाती है तो वो फिर से पॉजिटिव होके खड़ी हो जाती है, वो नेगेटिव थॉट्स में नहीं रहती है, बिकॉज कि उसका जो ब्रेन के सेल्स हैं वो गॉड ने इस तरीके से क्रिएट किए हैं कि उसको बहुत सारी चीजों के बारे में सोचना होता है। That's it. And third one is, I don't know, मैं अपना डिस्क्रिप्शन शायद अच्छे से नहीं नहीं दे पाती हूँ, बट लेकिन हाँ, वर्क के थ्रू अगर मैं जब सामने बात कर पाऊंगी शायद तब अलग होता है। इसमें मैंने एक्चुअली माइंड के जैसे 2 पार्ट्स होते हैं, एक लॉजिकल होता है, एक क्रिएटिव होता है। तो लॉजिकल जो होता है, अगर डिप्रेशन में होते हैं तो लॉजिकल हमेशा सिर्फ सही, मतलब जो हो रहा होता है उसी को सोच रहा होता है। वहां पे वो ना मतलब अपने आप को वो नहीं कर पाता है कि मैं दूसरे किसी उसमें मूड में मतलब जाके उस चीज के ऊपर बात कर रहा हूँ। उसको यही लगता है कि अगर मैं नेगेटिव हूँ तो नेगेटिव ही हूँ, वो पॉजिटिव नहीं सोच पा रहा है। तो मैंने लेफ्ट पार्ट जो लिया है वो लॉजिकल है और राइट पार्ट जो है वो क्रिएटिव है। तो क्रिएटिव में एक प्लस पॉइंट होता है कि हम अपने दिमाग को धोखा देते हैं कि जैसे कि हम जब बचपन में छोटे होते हैं तो मम्मी ने अगर टॉफी खिला दी कि ये फीवर की मेडिसिन है, तो इट मीन्स कि हमने वो खा ली और हम ठीक हो गए। तो वो एक तरीके से अपने माइंड को डिफरेंट तरीके से घुमाना। तो एंड लेफ्ट साइड में जो ब्लू कलर का मीनिंग मैंने सैडनेस और डिप्रेशन और वो सब चीजें लिए हैं, यहाँ पे दो मिरर को यूज किया है। वहाँ पे एक पॉजिटिव पॉइंट है नेगेटिव में होते हुए भी कि मैंने फ्लावर पॉट को रखा है कि अगर हमें कोई भी अंडरस्टैंड करने वाला या कोई भी एक सपोर्ट करने वाला मिल जाता है तो हम उसको लॉजिकल को चेंज करके थोड़ा सा हम मतलब उसकी बातों से प्रभावित होकर और वो सब चीजें होके हम अपने काम को दूसरे तरीके से मतलब अपने माइंड को दूसरे तरीके से डिपिक्ट कर सकते हैं। जो हमारे नेगेटिव सेल्स हैं उन्हें पॉजिटिव में चेंज कर सकते हैं। लेकिन जो ऑलरेडी पॉजिटिव है जो क्रिएटिव है माइंड, वो हमेशा हमें डिफरेंट डिफरेंट चीजें दिखाता है कि ऑलरेडी वहाँ पे बहुत सारी सक्सेस है, हमें अंडरस्टैंड करने के लिए सब कुछ है, तो वहाँ पे कुछ नेगेटिव होता ही नहीं है। तो मेरा मानना है कि क्रिएटिव पर्सन अगर बाय चांस इस लाइफ में चला भी जाता है तो उसके पास बहुत सारे पॉजिटिव चीजें होती हैं कि वो अपने आर्ट के थ्रू निकल सकता है। मतलब बहुत सारे ऑप्शंस हैं, वो अपने आप को अंडरस्टैंड कर सकता है। तो दैट इज मैंने ये तीनों चीजें मेंटल हेल्थ के ऊपर कि तीन मेल फीमेल एंड एक नॉर्मल किस तरीके से होगा। एंड थैंक यू सो मच आइजक सर कि आपने मुझे ये अपॉर्चुनिटी दी। एंड आई लव टू एवरीवन वर्क्स जितने अभी तक देखे हैं, तो थैंक यू।
Bharti, what is the medium? The effect is so beautiful.
Thank you so much. It's a pen and acrylic on sheet.
Okay, and no charcoal or anything.
No, no, no. It's pen.
I just loved your work.
Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Bharti.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Is it possible for you to translate just a little bit? I know she said a lot of different things, but I didn't understand any of it. I can understand the pictures, I think, but I just don't know what she said.
Anybody wants to help me?
I can help.
Okay.
Sure. Kulsum, you're...
Yeah, I was saying I can just type it down in the comment section maybe, so you can maybe continue and...
That sounds great. Thank you so much.
Bharti, I like these works of yours more than your paintings.
Okay, thank you.
These are more evocative.
Because मैं इसी चीज़ पे actually work कर रही हूँ, not the that concept, but लेकिन इसी material और उन चीज़ों को लेकर work कर रही हूँ. But thank you so much for your appreciation.
Is Clara here?
Yes. Hi, I'm here.
Hi, Clara.
Hi.
So this is Clara. Sorry, can everybody hear Clara?
No.
No.
Not so well. A lot of feedback, maybe because of the headphones. I don't know.
So a couple of things I remember from when she was discussing it yesterday was the girl, the hopeful look that she has. She has used the reference of the bird signifying freedom and that energy to fly, and the supporting hand for somebody who was feeling tired or was thinking of alternative means of cure. So this is that supportive hand, and then also the crisis with, especially with women in Nigeria who have resorted to drugs and different substances for curing depression. How that is something that not sure, but it is the components that I understood from her. Okay, so we can go to the next one for now. And so everybody has sent a written caption and description about their work, which when we put it up online, that will be there as well. So in case there's any misinterpretation from my side or someone missed something, that will be there. Now next is Farman Ansari's work. Farman, आप हैं यहाँ? So briefly from what I had understood from his work, he's used, this is a picture of chapati, roti, bread, marbles around here, which he likes aspect. Then here he's used I forget what it's called, but it's tied around wrist after puja or for that significance. And we're seeing a migration from here, from this canvas to this side where everybody is thinking about bread. So in their minds, it's all these little chapatis. And the words all say bhook, which means hunger. You can see that it's put on a wire mesh. It's a mixed media work. And then I'm forgetting the exact translation of this part. Yeah, I've not been able to read everybody's descriptions between 4 o'clock and now, but I definitely want to go through it. And of course, we'll be sharing that as well. So you can revisit this.
Beautiful work.
Yeah. Now we have Janine Carson's work.
Yeah, so in regards to mental health, I'm using the analogy to a tree and its root system. The importance being what's going on underneath the surface, having a solid root system, seeing the roots grow around the rocks, going deeper, and then finding healthy rhythms in life that then will provide strength for the roots to get through really harsh conditions that are above ground. That's essentially what it's about.
Thanks, Janine. Did you have these patterns before as well?
I did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they were there before.
Interesting. Thanks, Janine.
Thank you.
We have Geo next. Geo, are you there? Geo was in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're there. Okay.
It's about the nature. It's about the relief we get from the nature, you know. Like whenever I see the trees and sky, it feels so refreshing. So it's about the nature only. You know. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. And it's about, you know, letting flow your thoughts of the books. Like sometimes we can, you know, we don't understand what's going on, what's the problem. We just get angry, get depressed without knowing the reason. So sometimes we should write, or just we should just let get it out from our mind. So writing really helps. And it's about pulling the person from the darkness. Like what I feel is like many people like many of my friends, they are kind of they're so depressing, they have so negative thoughts. So like there should be someone who just pull them out from that situation. They should show the correct way, the correct way of living. And it's about the emotions we hide. Like many depression people, like I have personally experienced, like I often try to hide my feelings, try to hide my emotions. I just don't want to show the people like how it was messed, how it is messed up. So this like here person is holding comb, is trying to set his hair. So it's like he's just hiding his face and setting his hair, just to show that he's okay, but he's not okay actually. So it's about hiding their feelings. But it's not, I think it's not right, but people should talk to somebody, for about their problems. They should not hide. So it's about the hiding the emotion. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, next we have Huma. Huma, आप हैं? This one is called Balance 2. Balance 1. Man Ki Baat, which translates talk from the heart or heart talk. Power of control. Volcano of mind. They're quite large works, 36 by 36 inches. We have 5 works from Huma. Then we have Jaren, he's traveling right now. He was in group 1. After this we have Kabir Mali.
Yeah, here, Kabir.
Yes, Kabir.
Yeah, so this artwork I called as the question of acceptance. So I raised the question of the inequality that is happening to the third gender, that is transgender. So that is one of the thing that I want to focus on. And like I used in this artwork the symbolic way of approach. So I show the red hand, red shade hand, which shows the hand with of sexual players, like a male or female. And then I show a dice that they are playing a game. So I showed different organs in that, and it is converting into a DNA. So I showed that blue and red shade. Yeah, that is the DNA, and it is transforming into a new organ. I mean, new gender or uh, a body, uh, which uh, uh, which birth a transgender. So I also compared the transgender with seahorses, which is existing in nature, and it is so beautiful that we love to see it. So why don't we accept the transgender? So, and I also show a door behind them that was designed by Antonio Gramsci, and
Kabir?
Hello?
Yeah, I think Kabir just got disconnected, but as soon as he's back, we can come back to his work. This is all Kabir's work. So here he has three the component of the ear to listen, the bottle, the
hello.
which yes, Kabir, you're back.
Yeah, it is one. It is kind of blurry right now. The screen. Uh, yeah, so that is the thing that I want to critique our society and myself also. That why we are seeing with eyes of inequality the third gender. So this is the work that yeah I did. And the second one is victim of victim. Yeah. So it was done by reference of different face expressions which I found on the internet, and I had a talk with a familiar psychiatrist, and we had a talk about the victim of victim thing, that is the anxiety which is transferring person to person in our society. So which passes on through the years. So I want to show the existence or the hand in the bigger play of the depression and addiction of a male uh, 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 the society itself. So I want to show the years through that, and I show through the reference which I've collected through internet, that what are the expressions on that faces, and I kind of shows also through hands and the uh, drink alcohol bottle, that how the addiction is happening and why it is happening, and it is unfortunately converted into the uh, unusual actions, which affect the people surrounded them, and it also lasted the mental illness to the other peoples. So that is the happening, that we have to stop the transferring of the anxiety itself. So I want to just focus on that. Yeah. And the third one is yeah, with two crows. uh, yeah, so this is the thing. I I want to work on the mental health as a theme or a subject before 2 years. So I followed a lady who I presumed that she was suffering from the mental illness. So I I followed her, and I done a lot of sketches that why she's suffering from that the and I found that it is because of the isolation. There are no people to see her around, and she was suffering from the poverty, and she was lying on the footpath day and night, and crying for food. So that is what I saw. And when I walk the early morning to commute from buses, I found this thing that she was fighting for her food, which was packed in a plastic bag, and the crows are around them, and she want to eat it, but this is the kind of isolation we have created. Why people are not seeing the a person who are suffering from the poverty and who are lying from the footpath? That is the main reason of the mental illness and health and the suffering of them in our society. So that should be here and that should be resolved, I think. So that is the thing I want to focus on. Yeah, so that's it.
I just love your work, Kabir.
Thank you so much.
You're very sensitive.
So, Isaac, that's actually, I don't know if that's the way it came through on mine, but it's the wrong way. I don't know if you can switch them. Oh, maybe you're going back. Can you turn it other way? There, yeah. And then also on that one should be first, and then that one should be last, and that one should be second, and should be turned also. So the other one that you were on should be turned up and down. Yeah. Other way. There we go. Yeah, and that should be second. Nope. There. Yeah. Great. And that one should be the second one. All right. So do you want me to talk about it now, Isaac? Can you go?
Sorry, Kimberly. I was sorry I was on mute. I was saying all things, but I guess I was.
Oh,
But
okay.
Yeah.
Can you put the one that's at the bottom, like, so the one that's on now, can you put that at the bottom, like the last? Can you change the order? Just because the order matters?
Okay.
Is that possible or not really? It's fine. If you want to go to the red one first, and then the black one, and then the colorful one is at the last.
Okay. Red one first.
Black one, black and white. Yeah, and then the colorful. Yeah, so. All right, so this is really my story of kind of my travels through depression. And I like to do sort of installation work that I can photograph in different ways. And so I'd say the final product is the photograph, but there was a lot of process that went into these. So this first photograph, I call it this like a transformational journey series. And so it's kind of my journey from depression to wellness. And so this first one is kind of how, like, when I felt like very depressed, I felt like I was in this cage. The form at the bottom is kind of like a bird, and it's in this cage, and it's affect. It's like I'm hoping it looks very kind of down because its head is down, and you know, all your feelings feel very sort of monochromatic, like they're all very similar and the same. So these are a lot of found objects that are in here that I've sort of created into this scene. So that's the first one, kind of the beginning of the depression. And then the next one is called Formed in Darkness. Sorry for getting that one. So both that first one and the second one are time-lapse photographs, which means that they're taken in the dark, and I adjust everything on the camera so that I can get the image. So this one is kind of, what I did is I took that cage structure that you saw in the first one, and I took it apart and formed it into this sculpture. And so that process of pulling it apart, cutting out different things, and reshaping it into a new form is very much like the yeah, very much like the process and when I was depressed, needing to find ways to cut out the things that were not good in my life and to look at my problems or the stressors in different ways. And then also, you know, trying to get this photograph in the dark, it was very difficult to try to focus in on it. So I had my husband come out the second night that I worked on it. I had him come out and he helped to shine a light on it and help me to focus and then turn the light off so that I could take the photograph. And I think that really mirrors the way that if we reach out to others, they can help us. They can kind of lay bare the things that are difficult for us and help us to see the beauty. So this is kind of that mid part, I guess, of depression when you're really in it and you feel very raw and bare. But others can really help in that process. So that's kind of the second one. And then the final one. Yeah, so this final one is called Finding Flight. And oh yeah, thank you so much everyone for your comments. So this was, yeah, just a very joyful one to make. It has one of the feathers that I found during my walks while I was on this, in this time with you guys in this residency. And I think those small practices that we can have every day, those small intentional practices of finding miracles, of finding beauty, can be amazing. So I have morning glory vines in my yard, and when I went through the depression, creating from things in my garden really helped me to overcome my depression. And so I used vines to wrap around the structure. And initially I wrapped it like way too much and you couldn't really see the underneath part. And sometimes that's how it goes. We want to cover over all the pain and not show any of it. So I had to go back in and take some of that off and then decided to weave in all the different colors. Because I think when you come out of depression, you can see all the different colors, all the different beauty in life. And then, yeah, so I wanted, there was a very specific time of day, basically that I wanted to take this in the evening sun so that the sunlight could shine on this piece. And I think when you come out of the depression, it's like you're in the sun and so it was very important. I had to rush to try to get it up and everything done. And then I sat there, I think I took probably 200 to 250 photographs as it was spinning and moving and the feather was flying to get this image. So it was very meditative process. And I think meditation and art have been very important in sort of my journey to recovery. So anyways, thanks so much everyone for your comments and for listening. I wish that you could see that, like I want them to be printed large and so you can see the series together because I think it, yeah, will be a little different experience as well with that. So thanks so much.
Thanks, Kimberly.
Amazing.
Right, so we have Kulsum next. These are her installation pictures, how she wants them installed, and then we'll go to the individual images.
Hi. So I've like worked on a couple of digital and manual works. So the basic theme of all the works actually revolves around childhood trauma. So I've used Barbie doll as a subject because I mean there are several ways to actually look at a Barbie doll. Like when maybe a kid has a Barbie doll, she has it with a lot of sense of innocence, right? But many a times, like realizingly or unrealizingly, she herself becomes one, you know, because when we talk about Barbie dolls, there, I mean, it is defined by a certain structural concept by the society that, you know, that a Barbie doll is maybe by the aesthetic value which is followed and all. So I mean, in the separate works, if Isaac will maybe scroll down a little. So I've talked about how sort of innocence is snatched away from a child, you know, and how that actually shapes her identity in future. Yeah. And how a touch, you know, actually prevails on your body, even after, you know, you grow out of it. It somehow still remains, you know. During the age of when you are supposed to be playing with the Barbie doll, maybe at times you are played with it. So these are the manual works. So there's a song actually, I mean, I'm sure everyone must have heard it. Like it goes like, I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world, you know, and even like if you focus on the lyrics, they're actually, I mean, it sounds very problematic in many ways, you know, you can touch me anywhere, kiss me anywhere, I am yours if you, you know, the kind of lyrics also like they're very problematic in nature if you actually hear them out. Yeah. These are just a set of 3 manual works.
That is, you have done a painting?
Yeah. So this is all mixed media. So it's sort of a collage.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the first 3 works which you said, which are not...
Yeah, those were digital, yeah.
Digital, okay.
The initial 4 works are digitally treated, and then like these 3 are manual.
So when you say digital, I just want to know what do you do, like how do you do it?
It's actually made on Photoshop, like the initial 4 works, which these ones are digital. I mean, these ones are manual. So I made these ones like manually. So these ones are digitally treated. I took images and, you know, maybe worked on them, added the map of their location, which maybe I remember. I mean, I tried to incorporate my own personal experience also over here.
So like this image and this image, the green one and the first one, they are the same image which are manipulated?
Yeah, in different ways, yeah.
Okay, wow, very interesting.
There's some horrors of childhood to be reflected, you know.
Thanks, Kulsum, for the gallery experience.
And this is a very highly relevant topic.
Yeah.
All little girls.
I mean, when Bharti was mentioning in her work how there's a sort of cupboard in everyone's head, you know. So when I was working on these, it was like, you know, the more I could scratch, the more I could go in the depth. And, you know, at times, you know, you can just create so many works out of a certain feeling that it's kind of tough to, you know, even step out of it for some time.
This
but,
one
you know,
seems to be a painting like from that famous painting, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The Great Wave.
Yeah, so you painted that and then you added your stuff. I mean, how did you do it?
So no, some of them, these are all the like the eyes of the kid is actually printed. So it's all mixed media. There are certain prints, it's manually worked, and then there are also additional objects. So it's all a mixed media compilation. Yeah.
The concept is powerful. All little girls have these Barbie dolls with them, and it's adorable.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
It creates mental a precarious state of mental health.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kulsum.
Thank you so much.
Next we have Liga. And if Liga is here, then...
Yes, hi guys.
Hi, Liga.
Yes, this is my work. It's quite big. I try to make it that you can see it actually here in big life. So it's like this. Actually, if you look at my screen also, a little bit, if you found me in that row. So yes, so my work is about my friend, and she's picking mushrooms, queen mushrooms, which have like a natural chemical like substances which helps to fight depression. And she is looking at this abstractly enlarged compass, which is actually a real compass with like like all the directions, and then she's thinking maybe about her friends. She's thinking maybe I could visit Temeri like more, because she's maybe first time in here, and there is lots of music in backgrounds. Maybe there is ASMR sounds of the nature of the birds. And yes, there is this big tree, and it's cut down, but it's okay if trees get all they are cut down. It's normal. And yes, there is like many message layers of my work, because right now it's digital media time, and there is some eyes of a Rembrandt, but this is how free could person feel. But I love to express my girls like my friends relaxed situation, that she feel okay, she's happy, and only like positive vibes from this. So yes. Thank you. You can actually switch screen. Like you can, yes, you can. I hope so. You can see like this high resolution image that I tried to do from Isaac's screen. Yes. So yeah.
The picture on the screen and when we're seeing it on the video, the colors somehow, I don't know if they're identical. Are you happy with this photograph?
Yeah, I did it in actually on my garden, and then it was good lightning. I did it outside of the like not inside, because right now in my room it's dark because it's like it's not so good for but I wanted you to see it from different perspectives, like.
And the
So
sun.
thank you for this amazing time. It was so nice.
Yes, it was so great to have you and learn so much about Latvia and go on tours with you.
Yes, so nice. So thank you, everybody.
Thanks
It was
so much.
pleasure.
Okay, so next we have Mani. Mani.
Hello.
Hi, Mani. Just
I think you got my picture, right?
yes, I put your picture by mistake. I was supposed to
Yeah.
put the artworks.
This is actually just clips from the video that I made, so
Okay.
you can play the video if it's possible. So this one shows that when we sleep, we usually listen to either YouTube or Netflix while falling asleep, or we scroll through our phones, and we have gotten into this habit, and they're slowly becoming the skin on our, they're becoming us, and we need to actually press pause and take a moment for ourselves before we fall asleep, because the lights in our phone, blue light, causes a lot of health issues and anxiety and depression in people. So it's about that. So this is the artwork which I made a video of also. This is like, I tried to do embroidery for the first time, so it didn't work out so well. But this is like the mess in our heads, and then that we need a hand to help and sort out these certain threads. And when we finally sort them out, we're able to make them into something warm and good, and into a sweater. There's this thing called as the Hanuman complex in India, which psychiatrists used to show that the power to fly was always within you, and you just have to find it and work on it to feel your warmth and power. And yeah, the next one. The last one is I kind of made a version of the Picasso's Weeping Woman, and then I added my own design of the Leaping Woman, which flies into the center. And they both combined together to show, the Weeping Woman was made to show the loss of a child for a mother. And so this Leaping Woman rises from the loss and actually finds herself her way out of this thing, out of the sadness, which is pretty much immeasurable and very difficult.
Sorry.
I think the video is not here.
Yes.
Yeah, it's okay. Thank you.
Just give me a second.
Tall kid for my.
Oh yeah. Okay. Just give me a second. Sorry.
My skin, dodging scratch, scratch. Now I'm bleeding. Legions upon legions of gross moon and big repeating. And I'm sick of all I stay in the chalet. And hold me tight and I'll sink in. I'm absorbing your thinking.
That's it. Thank you. The song is also by All J. It's a band, and they also talk about how it's called Handmade, and it's a hidden song in their album, which actually talks about how they improve and finally sort out their life, and the arms help them.
I have so many screens open. It's amazing. All right, we have Kashish next. Thanks, Mani. Kashish, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, hi. So I just took screenshots of, I couldn't download the images, but I have the screenshots which are fairly clear.
Okay. So it's a three-part series. The title of the series is Overcoming the Stigma. And the series is divided into three parts. The battle of the emotions, which represents the heart. The battle of the thoughts, which represents the mind. And there are few provoking and healing words on the back of the mind and the heart. Like if you are having a panic situation or a overwhelming situation in your mind, which starts from a provoking words like failure, success, suicide, overthinking, panic attack, and stuff like that. So this artwork can put a stop on it, and you can take a deep breath, calm yourself down, and focus on the positive sides of your life, like hope, friends, and families. So the words depict that and create a positive aura to fight all the negatives in your life. And the work in the center is the work in the center with the circles shows the healing part, where the healing happens when you express your mind and heart out to some persons, and you express your heart and mind to other people and focus on the positives of yourself. And the words like me, my, and the total balance of the heart and the brain represents that you need to focus on yourself and find the gold in yourself.
What's the medium?
The medium is serigraph.
Okay.
Yeah. And I have used a cluster of tangles of threads in the heart and the brain, which depicts the overwhelming emotions and thoughts which are going in our mind and brain. So, yeah, that's it. it's a situation which I can relate to in a situation of a panic attack, which anxiety or a panic attack which lasts for 6 to 8 minutes. And yeah, at that time, if you find something relatable and a positive, it's more relevant to come out of it. So yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Kashish. Love your work. Such an important reminder.
Thank you.
So next we have, let me.
Nice work.
Thank you.
फरमान आप हैं अभी?
Yes, sir.
Hi,
This is
Farman.
Zach.
I'll
Hi,
just
sir.
आपका मैं शेयर करता हूँ क्योंकि पहले आ गया था आपका, तो
हाँ सर मैं था नहीं.
This is detailed work of Farman, what we had seen a bit earlier. Farman, अगर आप थोड़ा कुछ बताना चाहें इस काम के बारे में?
सर मैं हिंदी में बताऊंगा.
हाँ जरूर जरूर.
ओके सर. सर
फुल इमेज दिखाओ.
Okay.
So this is just some of the details, and abhi, let me just go to the full image. Sorry for these lag times. I'm trying my best. There we go.
Yeah. ये मैंने जो है वो मतलब हमारा जो थीम था वर्चुअल प्रोग्राम का वो था मेंटल. तो इसका मतलब जो लोग डिप्रेस होते हैं मेंटली, मतलब कुछ मतलब जो डिप्रेशन चीज़ है, मतलब जब हम किसी चीज़ के बारे में प्रॉब्लम या कुछ भी फेस कर रहे होते हैं तो उसके बारे में मतलब उस सोच में पूरी डूब जाते हैं. ठीक है ना. तो अभी जो रिसेंटली लॉकडाउन हुआ था कोविड-19 की वजह से, तो सब अपने घर पे बैठे हुए एक मतलब सब कुछ रुक सा गया था, लोगों के काम बंद हो गए थे, सब अपने घर पे थे और सब क्या बोल रहे थे, स्टे होम स्टे सेफ. ये एक स्लोगन निकला था जो बहुत अच्छा लगा लोगों को और सब बहुत प्यार से एक दूसरे को बोल रहे थे आप घर रहें, अपने अपने घर पे अपना ध्यान रखें. लेकिन किसी ने मतलब कि स्टे होम स्टे सेफ तो हमने कह दिया था, लेकिन जो लोग हमारे पास अभी सर्वाइव करने के लिए उस वक्त के लिए मतलब मनी था या हम अपनी फैमिली के साथ रह सकते थे, बट उनका क्या है, जो अपने घर से दूर थे, जो माइग्रेट करे हुए थे, मतलब कि जहाँ वो रहते हैं वहाँ से अलग होके वो काम वगैरह करते हैं, तो उनके बारे में कोई कुछ नहीं सोच रहा था. तो ये जब इस हुआ तो उन लोगों ने तभी वहां से अपना स्टार्टअप कर दिया, अपने जहाँ वो काम करते हैं अपने घर जाने के लिए. जैसे दिल्ली में कोई रहता है तो यूपी का या बिहार या महाराष्ट्र का या फिर कहीं और बांग्लादेश वगैरह, तो बंगाल वगैरह का. तो उन लोगों ने आगे के लिए सोचा कि अभी तो वो अपना आज या कल ज्यादा से ज्यादा एक हफ्ता या फिर वो लोग निकाल लेंगे, सरवाइव कर लेंगे, उनके पास जितने पैसे, लेकिन उनके आगे तक के लिए उनके पास पैसे नहीं थे. तो उन लोगों ने उस चीज को देखा कि वो आगे कैसे सरवाइव करेंगे, तो उन्होंने अपना बेस्ट तरीका ये समझा कि वो अभी से मतलब अगर निकलते हैं तो भले वो घर पहुंचे, जिस हालत में पहुंचे, पैसे रहे या ना रहे, वो एटलीस्ट घर तो पहुंच जाएंगे. तो मैंने उन्हीं को लेकर के मतलब इस पे मेंटल हेल्थ पर काम किया है. तो एक साइड में जो लेफ्ट साइड है वहां मैंने ये दिखाया है कि जैसे कि हमारा माइंड मेंटल हेल्थ पर हम काम कर रहे हैं तो हमारे माइंड में क्या है, तो उनकी सोच को लेकर के मैंने काम किया है कि अगर हम किसी चीज के बारे में सोचेंगे तो हमारे माइंड में हमेशा ही वो रहेगा, उसका सॉल्यूशन निकालेंगे, उसका मतलब किसी तरीके से वो बस खत्म सा हो जाएगी, उसका रिजल्ट निकल जाए कुछ. तो उनके माइंड में सिर्फ भूख थी एक सर्वाइव करने के लिए, आगे अपनी फैमिली के साथ रहने के लिए. तो मैंने इन सब की जो लेफ्ट साइड में आपको काफी सारे लोग दिख रहे हैं, उनके माइंड में जो रोटी होती है ना उसको बनाया है. और एक फ्रेम है उनके पास में जो एक उसमें रस्सी और रेड रिबन दिख रहा है। तो रस्सी मतलब थ्रेड जो है वो ब्राउन कलर की हार्ड रस्सी, वो उनकी प्रॉब्लम्स वगैरह उनका सिंबलाइज कर रही है कि जिस तरीके से मतलब सख्त होती है रस्सी, उसमें काफी सारी एक तरीके से जुड़ी हुई होती है उनकी प्रॉब्लम्स। और रेड सिंबल, सॉरी रेड जो धागा है वो एक मतलब ज्यादातर लोग मतलब मोस्टली लोग जो यूज करते हैं फॉर पॉजिटिव साइन के लिए, अपनी फैमिली के मेंबर को हाथ में पहनाते हैं एक अच्छे कल के लिए, एक अच्छे आज के लिए, कि एक अच्छा दिन रहेगा, इसके पॉजिटिव साइन रहता है इससे रेड धागे से जो लोग हाथ में पहनते हैं। तो वो एक प्रे के लिए भी यूज करते। तो आप देख रहे हैं कि इस फ्रेम में मैंने वो रेड धागा दिखाया है, मतलब कि वो लोग जो इधर एक, जैसे कि मैं अपने घर पर हूँ, जैसे मैं कहीं और हूँ, मैं अपने घर पर हूँ और मेरे फैमिली मेंबर बाहर है, तो मैं उनके लिए प्रे करूंगा, उनके लिए दुआ करूंगा कि वो जहाँ भी हो वो ठीक से मेरे पास या मेरे घर पे आ जाए जिस तरीके से। तो उसके रेड धागा निकला हुआ है। और एक दूसरी साइड में एक छोटा वाइट कैनवास है जहाँ से लोग माइग्रेट वर्कर अपने घर की ओर आ रहे हैं, अपने फैमिली के मेंबर की तरफ आ रहे हैं। लेकिन ये लोग किस पे चलकर आ रहे हैं? एक रेड धागा जो है। मैंने यहाँ पे एक कोई हार्ड चीज यूज नहीं करी कि कोई फ्लाईओवर या फिर कोई रोड। मैंने एक रेड, एक सेंसिटिव जो जल्दी से टूट सकता है वो धागा यूज करा है जिसपे वो चलकर आ रहे हैं। क्योंकि ये इसलिए यूज किया है यहाँ पे, मतलब रेड धागा मैं चाहता तो रोड बना देता या फ्लावर बना देता जिसपे लोग चलते हुए आ रहे हैं, या फिर एक सीन बना देता बस वगैरह। लेकिन मैंने इसलिए यूज किया क्योंकि एक ही है, जैसे मैं अब यहाँ से निकला हूँ अपने दिल्ली से, अगर मैं कहीं जाता हूँ अपनी जैसे मेरी फैमिली कहीं बाहर है तो मैं उनके पास जाऊंगा और मेरे साथ काफी यहाँ से 15 20 या 25 लोग निकले। लेकिन कंफर्म थोड़ी ना है कि 15 20 जो लोग यहाँ से निकले हैं वो वहां भी पहुंचेंगे सही सलामत। इसलिए जैसे कि हुआ भी है, जब ये लोग माइग्रेट वर्कर मतलब एक दूसरे से दूसरी जगह जा रहे थे तो इनमें से काफी लोगों के एक्सीडेंट हो गए, कोई भूख से ही मर गए रास्ते में। तो जितने जहां से निकले थे वहां पहुंचे ही नहीं। तो इसलिए मैंने इसका रेड धागा मतलब एक प्रे, एक दुआ, एक क्या कहते हैं उसे, मतलब फैमिली जो है उनके लिए दुआ कर रही है उस चीज के लिए। तो इस वजह से चल कर आ रहा है, वो एक नाजुक स्थिति पर है, मतलब कहीं भी कुछ भी हो सकता है, कोई कुछ कह नहीं सकता। और ऊपर एक आप देख रहे हो एक रोटी है, मतलब एक बड़ी जो हम जिस प्रॉब्लम में होते हैं तो उसी का ही हर जगह ज्यादा से ज्यादा दिखते हैं। तो एक ये मून के तौर पे है, जैसे कि हम बचपन में भी कहते थे कि चंदा मतलब मून जो है वो रोटी की तरह दिखता है। तो मैंने इस तरीके से उसको दिखाया है, मतलब रोटी और साइड में उसके स्टार्स वगैरह जो है वो भूख भूख की तलाश में। और वहाँ स्लोगन से मैंने एक टैप्स वगैरह पे स्लोगन वगैरह भूख भूख करके भी लिखा है। और साइड में एक इसको रिप्रेजेंट मैंने अलग तरीके से करा है कैनवस को। मैंने स्ट्रेच नहीं करा है इसको, मैंने वायर से स्ट्रेचर पे बांधा हुआ है। इज इट डन?
Thank you, Farman.
थैंक यू सर।
Okay, so we can go to
Farman, what is the material you have used? One is thread.
कैनवस,
Okay.
कैनवस, थ्रेड, रेड रिबन, मार्बल जो खेलते हैं उस चीज के लिए।
Marble.
आपने सुना होगा मार्बल,
Where
जो
marble?
बच्चे
A marble.
कंचा। ओके हाँ, मार्बल को मैंने वायर होता है, वायर से उसको फोल्ड करके फिर एक पीछे जो इसके एक नेट शीट लगी हुई है स्टील की,
हाँ?
हाफ के हाफ पार्ट में शीट लगी हुई है तो उससे मैंने लगाया हुआ है।
और वो रोटी जो है
वो कैनवस है, कैनवस पे पेंट है।
ब्यूटीफुल, बहुत अच्छा है काम। और वो
फरमान, आपके लिए ये चैट में भी 2-4 क्वेश्चन है तो
ओके
वो
सर।
जरूर देख लीजिए।
और वो लोग जो बनाए हैं ना अपने, वो कौन सा मटेरियल है?
सविता, आप क्वेश्चन चैट में डाल सकेंगे प्लीज?
Okay.
Then we'll proceed with the artist. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Manisha, are you here?
Yes, Isaac.
Yeah.
Isaac, can you show the final work? These are
Which final one?
videos, the videos.
Oh, the videos.
Yeah.
You want to see all the videos?
There are 3 videos.
3, okay. Sure.
As vulnerable as a newborn baby, as vulnerable as a delicate flower growing on the roadside, as vulnerable as a lonely child, as vulnerable as a book, as vulnerable as the wings of the butterfly, as vulnerable as a smile, as vulnerable as hydrochloric acid, as vulnerable as a toy car with the best features, as vulnerable as a blank canvas. As vulnerable as a newborn
skydiving
baby,
for the first time,
as
vulnerable as a
a
bee's
delicate flower
sting,
growing on the roadside,
as vulnerable as a
lonely
lover,
child,
as vulnerable as
a book,
frost, as vulnerable as a
the
scared
wings of the
child,
butterfly,
as vulnerable as a giant
smile,
game of Jenga,
as
as vulnerable as
a
juggling
hydrochloric acid,
chainsaw, as vulnerable as
a toy
walking
car
on a
with the best
tightrope,
features,
as vulnerable as a
blank
broken rock,
canvas,
as vulnerable as a melting
naked
ice
person,
cream, as vulnerable as a
ants
balloon,
being crushed,
as vulnerable as fishes in a pond. As vulnerable as a naked person, as vulnerable as ants being crushed, as vulnerable as fishes in a pond, as vulnerable as a balloon, as vulnerable as a melting ice cream, as vulnerable as a broken rock, as vulnerable as walking on tightrope, as vulnerable as juggling chainsaw, as vulnerable as a giant game of Jenga, as vulnerable as a scared child. Okay, so as vulnerable as an actor on the stage right now. So these works are nothing but, so I basically wanted to understand the concept of vulnerability. So the whole process was about what is vulnerability, how do we feel when we are vulnerable, and what is that exact feeling, how can we pin it down.
So I used a survey around using social media. I asked people to use a metaphor for vulnerability. And I somehow worked on those metaphors and tried to create short videos. Yes, it's mixed media work where I've tried to use photography, watercolors, and a little bit of digital platform.
No drawings? Drawings?
Sorry?
The drawings, they're very good.
Thank you.
Have you been drawing them? Did you draw them?
Yes, yes, of course. So these are some of the metaphors that were given by various individuals. Somebody said, as vulnerable as ants crawling on my body. The second one is about, somebody said, as vulnerable as melting ice cream. The third one was about as vulnerable as weathered leaves and flowers. And the fourth one was as vulnerable as a giant game of Jenga. So these were some of the metaphors that were given by people around me, and I sort of put them into an analogy of various situations and circumstances. We all face this in some way or the other. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Manisha. Please do remember to leave your feedbacks if you'd like on the chat. So Michael Parham, I don't think he's here. Michael, are you here? He's a US-based artist, and he's worked on one work. He wasn't able to make it for any of the meetings, but he was going through the resources and thinking about the theme. So he worked on I won't call it, well, you can see for yourself. So he's sent detailed images. And what I could make out as a person. So that's him working. And I'm actually not sure if this image and these are the same. They're possibly different. Yeah, that's also, I'm hoping that we get the final work with this as well. With that, we have Nirja's work next. Nirja, are you here?
Yeah.
Hi.
Thank you, Isaac. Hi. So these are a set of 3 canvases. The first one shows a person here who is having mental health issues, and he's feeling lonely and dejected, and he is feeling worthless and hopeless, and he's in the dark, and it's more representational, not so realistic. And he's like sort of broken, fragmented because of low self-esteem. And he cannot even see the faintest light. It's not reaching him at all. The gesture is also depicting that. And then, can we go to the next one? Yeah, so here I've tried to show the role of healing or helping hands or support or care or empathy. How help from anybody, a good listener or a therapist or a family member or a friend, helps him find his own strength and helps him find his own light. And builds his self-confidence. And in the last one, the last one is where I've shown that he finds his own inner strength, which is depicted as a bindu or light in the center. And all these fragments align. And I just wanted to say that, all of it could be, this person could be anyone. It could be you, me, anybody in our families or our circle, friend circle, or anyone. We could even be the helping hands. So the roles keep changing from time to time. Basically, all of us are same, made of the same fiber. And I tried to make this like a diamond, because we all are like, as one of the resource videos had, we're embodied souls. So we're all made of the same carbon, you know, and we may feel that we are like coal, but actually we're all diamonds in the making. And all that it takes is a little bit of empathy and support from anybody around, which helps us find our own strength. Thank you. It was really wonderful in all the sessions, and great learning experience.
Thank you, Nija. Okay, with that we have, does anybody want to get up and stretch, or should we take a 30-second break and then go on to the next bit, or continue? Continue?
I mean, we can continue, listen until you are getting a little tired.
No, I can go. I was just thinking maybe a quick stretch would help and refresh us. Okay, so yeah, maybe 30 seconds we can take and do a quick stretch.
Oh.
Awesome. Okay, back to our gallery.
I miss Bala. He's not here, no?
Yeah, Bala is, I don't think he's come in. All right, so next we have, oh, sorry. We'll just wait for everybody to come back.
So, Isaac, can you show the detail of the first work, if you have?
The details I didn't put here.
Okay.
But I can pull it up. But if you want to start speaking about the work, and till then I can.
So I should these works represent about like the teenage sexuality and its mental effect. So like what I observe in the like in my teenage is like every family has some kind of like restrictness imposed on their like child, like and there is so much of thing imposed by society because of the color, because of the racism, because of the religion, because of richness and poor among the like teenage, and they are like still growing and they are not able to understand the biological change, and they are like not able to express his feelings, so they are starting experimenting with their body, you know. So I'm just hoping for the like it's our life, so we must take our decision, we must have our own control to like love is kind of natural tendency every human have, but we tend to somehow bound it by the like colors, by the nature, by sorry, by the religion and by the rich and poorness. That's why I saw suffering of the teenage, it's not only on the teenage, but because of the teenage it's also affect the adulthood also. So I saw like a person with a tongue, so below the face it's still not completed, but yeah, you can see the up and there is a like, can you enlarge this? Yeah, here you can see the tongue. yeah, this, and then next one is the detail is the next one. You have next, yeah, that one. And it's done by the charcoal on the paper.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, these works are not complete, so you might see the different, like little bit different visual in the final exhibition. So here there are two figures, two allegorical figure. I made the title, and there is a moon is there. So basically, I represent like it's depend on us skill. Okay, whatever we have shapes and sizes. If we really want to cope over our emotions, we have to get over that all the kind of restriction we have through the faces and the clothes and outer experience, outer physical our attributes. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Pramod. Huge works.
Actually, I have I work on few more works which I will send later.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Next we have Rang.
Hello.
Hi, Rang.
Uh, uh, nice to be back. So this is my work, and after reading one of the articles about the those child who suffer from tsunami, I thought of when he said that art is not only meant for elder people, but also for small kids. So I was thinking how to make it as simple as I can, so that the children also will get what I'm drawing. So this painting is made of ash and turmeric. So the hand is with ash. So it's little black, but because there is carbon in it, and then the sun is with turmeric. So I've been working with ash and turmeric. So ash itself has a very deep meaning in it, which is related to, I find it, to loss or being uncertain, not sure, and even very much associated with death also. But turmeric is some is it's a very nice material to work, and it has a very nice fragrance also. So it after working with ash and then you put turmeric, even while working also it feels good actually. So it's also it has many symbolism with ash or with turmeric. It's it, with purity, then with I would say even related to the sun. And in India we use turmeric a lot, even in festivals. So I don't know how to say much, but yeah, that's, and I use smoke also, the background. So I mean, those I use the candle to smoke, and just to have the environment of tension between the two, the sun and the hand, and I felt like the sun is for it's there and it's for everyone. So it's kind of, what to say. I felt that when I see the sun, there is always hope. So that's that much. Thank you everyone for your comment. I'm working on another one, so let's see.
Thank you, Rang. It's beautiful image.
Welcome, welcome.
The background, these grays were done with a candle, right? To sort of
Yeah.
the fumes of a candle.
Oh, I put some stroke. I mean, with the cutter. I mean, like the rain. So,
Lovely stamp. All right, thank you, Rang. Next we have Reshma. Reshma, आप हैं?
मैं हूँ.
Hi, Reshma.
ओके, मेरी आवाज आ रही है सबको?
Yes.
हाँ, तो इसमें मैंने जब लॉकडाउन हुआ था तो उस टाइम से मुझे स्लीपिंग प्रॉब्लम हो रहा था, तो उसी चीज़ को लेकर के मैंने बनाया है। और इसमें आप देख सकते हैं कि द किस और जूडिथ का पेंटिंग को लेकर के है ना, मैंने इस कोलाज वर्क में मैंने डाला है। तो इसमें आईज है और ऊपर में भी आईज है, जो आईज है आंखें हैं वो घर है और नीचे में भी इस तरह से है। और यहाँ पर ये मतलब जितने यहाँ पे सेम फोटोग्राफी है, अगर आप देखेंगे ना, ये बहुत क्लियर नहीं है मेरे पास, तो सामने देखेंगे सब में सेम फोटोज हैं। और मतलब एक तरीके से ये जो नेगेटिव मतलब जो सोने की कोशिश नहीं कर रहा है उसको पनिश कर रहा है। यहाँ पे ये चीज है कि जो आँख नहीं सोने की कोशिश कर रही है वो पनिश कर रहा है। और ये एक तरीके से चादर है, अगर आप देखेंगे तो ये चादर है जो अपने पास मतलब इस लड़की के पास जाने की कोशिश कर रहा है, मगर यहाँ पे ये जो इसी का सिमिलर फेस है, सिमिलर करेक्टर है उस चीज को। क्योंकि मुझे माइंड मतलब मेरे बहुत सारे करेक्टर बहुत सारे हैं, मतलब मैं बहुत जल्दी गुस्सा हो जाती हूँ, कभी कभी हंस देती हूँ, तो बहुत सारे अपने आप को एंटरटेन भी करती हूँ, अपने आप को हंसाती भी हूँ, और जब जो मन करता है मैं वो करती हूँ। तो बहुत सारे करेक्टर हैं, तो इस करेक्टर को मैंने इस पेंटिंग में डालने की कोशिश की है कि किस तरह से वो मुझे ही मेरी प्रॉब्लम को किस तरह से सोल्व कर रहा है। और ऊपर में जो आईज है, जो आईज है, आँख का जो घर है वो भागने की कोशिश कर रहा है। और यहाँ पे बीच में इस तरह से न जान करके है, तो ये हाफ सेंटेंस है, क्योंकि जब हम बहुत ज्यादा मतलब हम जब प्रॉपर नहीं सो पाते तो हमारा माइंड भी काम नहीं करता है, तो उसमें हम प्रॉपर बोल नहीं सकते हैं। तो मैंने उर्दू के वर्ड्स भी यहाँ पे यूज किया है बीच में, ये हाँ इस तरह से। और यहाँ पे हार्ट है, जब मैं मतलब जब मैं सोती नहीं हूँ तो मेरे हार्ट भी ऐसा लगता है कि कुछ है ही नहीं, ये चीज भी है। तो यहाँ पे मैंने इन दोनों को रिलेट करने के लिए यहाँ पर हार्ट और इसके भी हार्ट बनाया है, और इसके दोनों का सेम हैंड है, यानी कि दोनों सिमिलर है, मतलब ऑल ओवर सारा जो इमेजेस है सेम है, अगर आप नोटिस करेंगे तो। ये फोटो मुझे लगता है बहुत क्लियर नहीं आया है, आई थिंक।
थैंक यू रेशमा। और आपके पीछे ये है शायद काम
पीछे
आपके
हाँ
पीछे।
ये पीछे पीछे ही है। एक मिनट में किस तरह से इसको ले जाऊं, एक मिनट। दिख रहा है
और पास
मैं
ले
किस तरह दिखाऊं? ये है और ये काफी डिटेल है, आप लोग को दिख रहा है? ये डिटेल है इसमें। और नीचे में भी है आइस बहुत सारे, इसी की सिमिलर फेस है जो दिख नहीं रहा है, मतलब थोड़ा सा रेड है तो इस वजह से इसको ब्लर करना पड़ा, क्योंकि जो मेन जो है वो ये मेन ये है तो इस वजह से।
Awesome. Thank you, Reshma. Ritu ji, are you here?
Yeah.
Oh, great. I haven't taken all the images, 4 images for each of the words.
So this I have, should I start, Isaac?
Yes, please.
This is like 3-dimensional work. So the base plate is 6 inches by 6 inches and the tallest plate vertical element is not more than 8 inches. So it is this much small. So what, if you will see in the front, can you show first image, Isaac? So it is like on a building, on a terrace, sometimes we see a sprout is coming out from in between the tiles or something like that. So it is like a hope. It is like the life is fighting. It's like life is fighting back. The nature, the evolution that is fighting back. Even if you stop, all the way, all the nourishment, everything, but still it fights back. So this is what I have tried to depict in my work. That a natural course, a natural, the nature or spirituality that gives this energy, and there are many permutation combination goes on a higher conscious level that we human beings have very limited knowledge of. So whatever comes, like mental depression, whatever illness, whatever sickness we have, but there is always life fighting back, the nature, the positivity. So I am trying to depict that that angle to the thing.
Shall I go to the next work?
So again, the same thing, my natural language, I wanted to keep it intact. So I work on grids. So this is my engineering background. I'm an engineer, basically. So this grid and drawings and this, contrast, I wanted to play with the contrast. So yeah, so I didn't wanted to go directly into the concept, but it in itself, like, as I was creating it, so when this workshop came, I was already creating some works. So you see the contrast and the workshop and whatever we were going through, all the resources and all the meetings during this program. So you see the growth in unlikely places, the life fighting back, and there is a beauty in black, there is a beauty in whatever happens, it happens, it is beyond our control, but still there is a beauty to it, beauty to the healing, beauty to the, how you come out of it. There is a beauty to everything.
Mm-hmm.
So these are plant roots. I have done this. I tried to preserve them with resin and some collage, and I wanted to give distressed look to this acrylic sheets. These are all scrap material. 1 or 2 days I went out and I searched in the factories where they do laser cutting, and I picked up pieces. So then we kind of worked on each single element. So wanted to give some surrealistic touch to it because, you know, I was trying to play with the form and the grids and the lines. So that is my, you know, natural language, because I have to enjoy the process. That is the basic thing, you know, whenever I try to create an art piece. So I try to enjoy as much as possible the process. If it is not fascinating to me, I don't think it is fascinating to anyone else. So I may not present it to anyone if I'm not connecting to it. So it is coming from the heart, whatever it is. Deliberately not a direct message, but my work is more towards, you know, if you can make, if your soul can make a connection to it. Thank you for
large are these the sculptures, the dimensions?
This one is like the base plate is 6 inches by 6 inches, the base plate, and the vertical element is 8 inches tall. So it is like a miniature, like a small assemblage.
Lovely.
So the text could be anything. I did not put much attention to the text. I just took a random piece of paper. So it is, the texture is the part of composition, not the words in it, but still you can see the word. It explain about sabbatical. And again, it relates to, you know, state of mind and, you know, the relaxation and something like reflecting to your life, you know, what you are, where you are going. You're running after money, you're running into rat race, and then you want to hold back, and then you want to reflect on things. Where are you going? What are you doing? What is the meaning of life? What is the purpose of life? All those things.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Rituji.
Thank you, Isaac.
All right, next we have Ria. Ria, are you here? I don't think we have Ria. Again, this will be up on the online, and you can read about it. After that, we have Sabita. Sabita, are you?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi.
I actually found the each and everyone's artwork very impressive and interesting, and I feel myself fortunate to have been part of this group, and you know, I learned a lot. When it comes to my work, the brain here is a collective patriarchal brain, and I'm talking about how in a patriarchal society, a woman from birth is, you know, conditioned in a particular way. A man is also conditioned, and I wanted to make another work on that, but I mean, like, I hope to do it when there is a physical exhibition. But from the woman's point of view, like, you know, all the daily phrases which we use, there are many there. Like we say, you know, if you look at a matrimonial ad, there's always like, you want somebody smart, fair and lovely, and also homely and well educated. And then you want them to be good at housework. And I mean, there are so many unfair expectations, which, you know, real women find it a big pressure, and it makes them prone to depression in many cases. And that is a statistically proved researched fact, which we saw in the talks and the studies by WHO. And then there are other aspects. We got domestic violence and the sexual abuse, and then what happens if you say that no, this is not how it's going to be. I what do you call,
Resist.
like to voice my mind or disagree with the conditioning, then it's isolated. There is stigma, there is blame. Then it just doesn't work. It's such a it's like a leash, and that's why I've done the leash around the girl's neck. And there's so much of taboo around menstruation, and in India, menstruation, and there's not enough awareness. There is lack of nutrition during menopause or pregnancy, or so many. There are biological factors around which the patriarchal brain influences a negative connotation to natural factors. And so I've represented all that by these ferocious snakes, which are kind of bloodthirsty. It's a little bit of a severe expression, but it's true, because that's the reason why more than 50%, like 2 to 3 times more depression is amongst women versus men. And there are 50% chances that woman is a more depressed one or going through those conditions, which we listen to in our resources. And finally, I talk about a key that's there, but it's a complicated key. And it starts with listen. And I would also like to say that this key, the design is shared with Isaac, because it was a plain key first, and then he suggested, why not make it an interesting one, which has happened today, and enjoyed making it. And the shackle, so therefore it shows a woman in depression, and she's shackled. She just cannot get past this kind of conditioning and thought to really live her life to her full potential, or have a healthy outlook towards life. And this starts from birth. The minute a girl baby is born, you're already slaughtered into roles, and this is what you're supposed to do. This is how what you wear, and this is what makes a nice girl. This doesn't make a nice girl. There's so many messages fed to you, and I try to make a work on that. Thank you. And I've used in material. I've stitched up this leash part here around the neck. That is done with red colored thread. I've stitched it. And I've also used vermilion, kumkum. I've used that so that it expresses a collective journey of struggle which we have been going through. Whether we acknowledge it or not, it's been there from the times of our grandmothers and our mothers, and presently, and the horrible news you read in the paper. It's all rooted. It comes from our roots. There is something which is very disgusting happening around in society, which has to be addressed, and its solutions are not easy.
Thank you, Savita. We're closing in on 9:30, but we have a couple more to go through, so it would be so great if you could stay for a little bit longer.
Could you hear me? I mean, because...
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Now we have Sangeeta ji. Sangeeta ji.
Very good evening to all my friends. This work I have done on the paper, on handmade sheet. I have made a woman sitting with folded hands. So, because woman is considered externally or physically weaker than a male, but internally she is much more powerful, and so she expects everyone to not be discriminated against and underestimated, and she should not be abused physically, mentally, and financially. I have used bright colors because if a woman laborer is treated positively, then mental health should not go towards negativity. When she can behave equally and well with everyone in her family, is it not all our responsibility that we are good with her in the outside world as well? So this work I have started with pencil. Then I developed with the acrylic colors, and then I have used oil pastel colors. And this is most of the colors are acrylic, and there is a on her hair, and there is a clothes, her saris. I have used pastel colors on acrylic color. So this is it. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Sangeeta ji. What you have written is so profound.
Thank you, Isaac.
Thank you for sharing. Okay, we have Sarban next. Sarban, are you around? So Sarban has worked on a series, and I'll go through the individual images, all talking about different states of mental health. Some are talking about his own experiences, the aspect of finding help. Here's this character with two roses, the two sides of a human, the evil side and the good, not the good side, but evil side. The text here is, there existed a mountain of love, but as the layers got explored, the mountain started corroding. This glove can cover your hand, but not your emotions. Finding the other half. Love is a verb. So, and that's how he'd like it composed. The title is They Might Stay the Night. He's used watercolor, ink, acrylic, and crayon on paper. Next we have Sony Thokchung's painting.
I sorry, I put mute earlier. This is watercolor on paper. It's approx 2 by 3 feet. The title is called Psychosis. Psychosis is a symptom which a person who has schizoaffective disorder or schizophrenia experience. You know, they experience hallucinations and delusions, and they can't differentiate between real and non-real things. I came home on March, and this is the longest time I am living with my parents and family, and I have experience with my mom. You know, she, during psychosis, a person can smell different things. You can feel insects crawling on your skin, and then sometimes, in worst case, you start seeing, weird things, hallucinations. And the thing is, the person is not aware about the illness, unlike other mental health issues like anxiety or depression. Schizophrenic person, somebody who suffer this, they don't know that they are ill, or so it was really difficult. So I try to put that element in this work from my experience. I like working with different cultures and connecting cultures. I use a lot of symbolism in my work. So this person here is playing a game on this controller. A lot of my friends who live in Delhi, they're alone and they're away from family, and they play games online just to cope the depression and loneliness. So that becomes something to connect between friends, to share the experience through playing games. Also, I put it this game element, like in our life there are different chapters, and then there are a lot of exciting things happen, and this little tattoo on the palm here is the semicolon sign, which I learned from a friend, which means the author did not want to put a full stop, because you are the author of your life, and it is, there are a lot of more exciting things coming up, and it's not ending. So you put a semicolon instead of full stop, that there are more things coming up. And what else? Yeah, I this on the right side of his chest, there's another tattoo in pink color that represents my anxiety. Uh, um, and this the blue the green color ribbon on the neck uh, is uh, is is a sign for mental health um, awareness. And the necklace, the golden necklace, that is that is the molecular structure of serotonin, which is also a neuro transmitter. It is a chemical that is present in our brain. The more and less of this chemical react, and you interact with that. Yeah. Also, if you look at the whole picture, there is a window behind him, but of course it's all twisted. But I wanted to show that the, the world outside the window is growing. There's a bamboo shoot coming out because of the pandemic. There is coronavirus pressure inside the mind. The things are happening inside the mind, inside the window. but outside the nature is actually getting better. On his couch there are lichens and ferns and all that also symbolize something which are abandoned or something. And also the lichens grow when the air is cleaner and there is not much pollution. And the crown is inspired by the Khasi women crown, which Rang might recognize. They symbolize the wisdom from women because the Khasi women are known for their power and strength. So I want to put that here. We learn from each other, from men and from women. Because in our society there is a lot of stereotype that men should be in certain way and women should be in certain way. So he's wearing earring also. If you zoom in the earring a little bit, Isaac, there is you have the caterpillar when they after some time the caterpillar turn into this thing before they turn into a butterfly. So it is like right now the pandemic make all of us sleep in our house, and or everybody is inside their house, and there's not much interaction, but we are learning a lot of things, and something great is coming after this whole thing. Yeah. And the design around the eyes are inspired by the Mexican the face painting. They do it in memory of their dead loved ones. And the costume he is wearing is inspired by matador, which is the bullfighting sport in Spain. So I want to show that the thing which he's fighting, and the enemy is like that over here in the game. Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of things I'm not able to explain, but if you point out, I'll be able to physically in the exhibition. The colors and everything all has symbolic meanings, and I believe art can heal, and it can refresh your soul. Thank you.
Thank you, Sony.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
I know you've missed a couple of things, but you have such a beautiful text, so that will be available.
Yeah, there are a lot of things. In the moment, I'm quite, like too many things in my mind. Yeah, the bird and all, the bird has a mouth of human being. It's like when my mom hears noise, I mean, it translates into different voice, the people talking bad things about her. These things can happen with a person who suffered this schizophrenia. Yeah, the bird, the spider, yeah.
Thank you, Sony.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, we have Suchaina next. Hi, Suchaina.
Hi, guys.
So I'll go through the individual images, and then I have the whole thing as well. Whenever you'd like to start.
Yeah. So basically, I try to create a visual walkthrough of how of a mind which is slowly losing its sanity, which is slowly losing itself to depression, if I could put it forward, or which is basically losing its healthiness. So how everything around us, it overpowers everything. and then eventually it makes us lead our life and in contradictions. So with this, I've just tried to show that contradictory space that is just so, uh, I don't know how to put it, but that is just so uncomfortable. But yet with time, you choose to learn to live with it. So a lot of times you tend to accept it, a lot of times you tend to reject it. So this is like a visual walkthrough for that, something that I had created. Like how when I found myself fighting with something like this is how I started seeing things. I basically started seeing things in contradictions. And something as beautiful as nature, that seemed contradictory to me. So yeah, that's.
Would you like me to play the video?
Yeah, I mean, if we have time. So with this video, I'm trying to talk about two specific understandings, if I can say. A, it is how when it rains, again, it can be an art of letting go. So you rain, you just learn to let it go in order for your own mental happiness, for in order to be happy, to be peaceful. So, and another way, another lookout to it was that how when you're in that space, and then like if you see the clouds, the lightning in behind, like everything becomes so layered and it's so intensely integrated that finding a way out of it becomes a mystery itself. So we tend to forget the simplicity which, in which we are born. So that's what I tried. Like that was the video. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Suchaina. So one thing about Suchaina, she was working on this body of work, and I think a little after midway through the program, she completely switched and worked on something totally different. Now, after Suchaina, we have Tabasumji. तबस्सुम जी आप हैं I don't see Tabassum ji. So the work is called Kayanat, and it's 36 by 48 inches, made with acrylic and ink on canvas. There's a beautiful video of her working on this. So just to does anybody in the group know the translation of Kayanat?
It's a kainat.
Yeah, Kainat. And what does it translate to?
Means creation.
दुनिया नहीं कायनात का मतलब क्या हो
Universe, the whole universe.
यूनिवर्स ना
Thank you. Okay, with that, we have our final work, and this is Riti. She was not able to make it for many of the meetings, but she has worked on an installation. So that's Preeti's work. And then we have Amit, who has done sound and video. I'll just pull that up as well.
Isaac, I think Shreya is also, her work
Oh,
is.
Shreya's is a video, yes.
Yeah.
We'll go to Amit first. And Amit, should I play the videos first?
I can do a walkthrough here as well. If you want, I can.
Of course, yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Let me, I think you should. Okay, yes.
Just 1 second. I'll maybe let you watch a bit of it and then I'll speak. I'm sorry for the colors might go off because of the camera not able to be captured. Yeah, so these are long format, I would say, spatial installations. The audio and the visuals have been composed by me. I was trying to look for a space, as in, I feel a lot of people who are undergoing mental health issues uh, find it difficult to speak to themselves before they speak to somebody else. So I was maybe trying to look for a, creating a meditative space which one can enter and try and maybe speak to, or reach out to oneself before, kind of like, they make an attempt to reach somebody else. So these works they don't really have a beginning or an end. They can be just played on loop. And so I've developed a few of these series, and maybe if, uh, when the physical works happen, as in they are cited, they can be, made for a specific site as well. And we could do a live performance of sorts with something like this too. Yeah, thank you.
Isaac, you're on mute.
Thanks, Amit. So you have 5 videos, right? And 2 recordings.
Yeah, so the recordings can be played on loop, as in they can be used either for any of the 5 videos. They are sort of like can be used. It isn't sort of necessary that you have to play one piece of audio for one.
Thank you. Okay, now we have Shreya's video. So let me share that. Can you all see the video screen? Oh, okay. Can you all see the screen?
Yes.
Okay.
For my age and
My body
only
molested by my
setback was
sister,
that I was really
my elder
fat.
sister,
So
first cousin.
I used to get picked on a lot by my seniors, and
It was.
they always try to find an
I'd always
excuse to
liked my elder
either
sister, and
steal my
I
money
always used to
or.
sleep with her
And I was a
at
new
night
kid.
whenever
Okay,
she used to be at.
I
I
never
didn't
actually
really
know
know
for
about
about
it
it
because I knew that
it used to take quite some
what
time for the
she'd been
pain to
doing
make
was
it and all
wrong.
that stuff. So I
I did
used to
realize that at one
get picked
point,
on for wearing
but
colored
I
clothes,
didn't know
and
who to go
they used to
open
call
up
me
to or
names like
who to go
fatty
talk to
and
about
fat
it
ass.
because
And I remember
as it is,
the worst
our
negative
family
emotions in me,
I
I
was
guess,
confused
was in the
and I
canteen,
didn't want to. I
and
was lost.
it used to
I
happen
didn't
very
know who to
frequently
talk
till I
to
was
or who to
in
ask
about
for help.
6th or 7th grade.
Then I stopped seeking
It
for
was
help.
really
The
painful.
know that what she had
Still
done was
imagine
gravely
how
wrong,
painful it was
and
even now.
telling about it, I still can't really open
But
up to anyone. That didn't really affect me rest immediately.
nobody believes you. So I
Forgot about it. But
telling them.
over a while, as I started learning more about it, or more about kind of lost my own sexuality, family after that incident. Ever since that, I resented and hated anyone and everyone who came close to me and said to be or after waking up that night, after being molested, was I felt nauseous, I felt disoriented, I felt dizzy.
And all of that, it shaped me into this very
Even if
skeptical,
it was my
very
grandparents,
scared and fearful child.
even when they came
At
and
least
tried
till
to
I was
hug
in
me,
like 8th or
my
9th
mind
grade.
goes into block. I would think about this for a while,
I
and
was scared to,
being very
face issues head
insubordinate.
on, and
But the truth
it
was,
made me into an
I
emotional wreck, dude. I was
being
just
molested once to a person who had been 7th, 8th.
I've seen my own
Truly at
friends
that point
who
where I'd
like
genuinely
get
lost
bullied
my
along with me, and
will to live because
they've
a recurring theme every
been
time
in relationships and
me
I've
being from a
seen my
boarding
friends
school,
like
I
being
indulged
very
in
emotionally
gay sex
abusive, and some of them even
with the senior. Didn't
became
really work
physically
out
abusive
really
because
well because that senior he kept on wanting more. So horrible mood swings where I lash out at my own best friends
that he didn't really mean
and
to. In the beginning, it was not, and he sort of made it into a
and
game.
slowly the old one then started resurfacing. Mood swings were terrible. I was always depressed. I was always sad. I hated. I hate waking up at the morning.
Leave bruises which would last for days. I'm not even kidding, they would last for days.
After that night, I morning 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. That kids.
My uncle to do that to me. It's
I
not
wanted to
okay.
disconnect from society as a whole, opening my eyes, giving up on everything and anything it has to offer. And everyone that I disconnected
I
from,
used to get
I
hit
knew
a
and I
lot. I
loved.
used to get punched
Been
and
telling
made
this
fun
to me
of.
for
I
a
used to
while
wear
now.
glasses
I've
and
been
they
showing
broke it.
heavy
And I got
signs of
screwed by my
depression.
parents because they
People
called
who
me
were protecting
irresponsible
me were
for
the ones
getting
who
my
were
glasses
abusing me,
broken,
right?
and
So they,
I never really opened up to my
it took
parents
me a
because
really long
it
time
turned
for
out to be
me to go
really
and tell
honest.
my parents.
My parents were not really the
Like when I
supportive
was in the
kind,
second
at
standard,
least at that point
her
in time.
husband, the uncle,
But
like the pinching that he used to do on my thigh, would
Maybe
started moving
I don't know.
slowly up my thigh,
It's slightly
and
hard
it
talking
started
about it
like
because I've
increasing
really
in pressure.
never really had the
Like
opportunity to speak about
there
something
were
like
so
that.
many
Obviously, it's going to
times
help a
that he
lot of
pinched
people to
my
come out
thigh
and
so
stop treating
hard
it like taboo.
that
And
it would actually leave
because at least
bruises.
now at this day and age,
It was
people are
actually
aware
harder
that
than I thought.
if you get bullied,
And
they
he
still can't
threatened
do
that
anything to
they could
separate
have
it.
done this
But
to
for
me,
me,
and it
specifically, I couldn't.
out into the public where
I
I
had to
just
always,
In the room doing
keep
something in the room.
two sets of
And
eyes
I've
on my
obviously
shoulders at all
stepped out
times
in
because
a
I was
towel.
scared that someone will come at
So,
me from the back
and
or
I'm like, what?
someone has
I'm doing the
walked out,
internship in college, so I'm like at least
spending all that
20,
time.
21.
Priya, are you?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I can speak about it. So, I am a contemporary artist, and lately I've been working with video art a lot. And this is a part of my previous project that I was doing, which I did last year. And it had a part of it where I also did a public engagement where I told people that, if it comes from a personal experience and I wanted to make it collective basically. So I told them that, if there's something that you've been through which relates to childhood trauma, uh, and if you want to talk about it, if you want to be a part of this, where you think that you I mean, if you think that this is a safe space for you to share whatever you've been through, I mean, you can come and be a part of it. So I sort of engaged with these people personally, and they spoke about it. These are real stories, their own stories, but they spoke about it anonymously. And I wanted to do something more with the audios because I mean, I thought that, to make it reach out to people, to keep put it up there, it needs some more work with it. And also I thought that there is an important element of movement that is uh, that happens, movement, or that affect that happens when you're actually going through it, right? it, the 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 voices which you hear in the video is quite difficult to actually listen to them, listen to one person at a time. And it's sort of something that you personally go through when you are I mean, you are personally affected by it, right? It's something that goes on in your head. It's something that sounds very familiar in your head. So I wanted to bring that out. And yeah, I think I wanted to create that effect also for people to feel what those people have felt, or I have felt. So it's a collective and it's a personal experience. Yeah.
Such a powerful video or film. Sorry.
I think this is today is the most that I felt it too. I mean, yeah, more than ever.
I think with Shreya, that's everybody. Have I missed anybody by mistake? Ah, Jaren, sorry, you're here. Would you like to?
Yeah.
We thought we'll come back to you once you're back home.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for waiting for me. I'll just brief it in a short way. So, can I talk?
Yes, please.
Okay. Isaac, can you show the painting?
Yes.
Okay, so I have a friend. His name is Joseph. So when I was doing my graduation, I was staying with him. So he was working as a psychiatric social worker. So I used to see his computer wallpaper where his God is hugging him. So that was his wallpaper. So that is, I think that is where I got tried to do a hugging picture. Of course, hugging someone who is in a depression or in any mental disorder is one of the best therapy. Maybe you can take it in three perspectives. One could be your body and your soul, and another could be the depressed person and someone trying to console him. And another one is you can take it in a spiritual way where God and the connection between the God and you. So why I gave the background is the Northern Lights, because first of all it shows a solace, and um, I've read about Northern Lights that one has to travel long distance and reach there at a particular time, and if he is late, he might miss the chance of seeing that beautiful sight. So I wanted to connect with uh, saying as a caption that like I wanted to connect that we need to reach our people or some reach to someone on time before it getting late. So and yeah, so the caption that I gave is I am here on time. So that was the caption that I gave. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Jaren.
Thank you.
Bala, are you here? Okay, we don't have Bala. Okay, so that's all of us. And wow, was that amazing or what? I mean, this is a group of some genius artists, I think. Just incredible, going through so many profound works. I'm so proud of just all what we have done, almost on the brink of getting emotional, but I won't. Um, I don't want to go too much further into the night. But there was a couple of things we wanted to do. One was a feedback form. So I'll be emailing you the feedback form. So please take about 10 to 15 minutes to just briefly answer some of these questions. It really helps us understand the program a little better and to improve the programs. And there's a couple of different things. How would you be wanting to be associated in the future? So just it'll take you about 10 to 15 minutes. Post this, we have a couple of things lined up. One is an online exhibition where all of this will be online, and we'll try to do it nicely where it looks like a gallery and have that sort of virtual experience. Um, then we're also working towards a webinar where we'll be inviting more of the public and having this virtual sort of walk through the artworks, and then a keynote speaker. So it'll be an event about an hour and a half. So what we're initially asking is if you all can sort of help in spreading the word out, and even if you get 5 people, that'll be a lot of people. 5 people each, that is. And then as one of the main objectives of this program was to use art and our collective sort of energies, our collective work to raise awareness about mental health. We will be looking at different media houses and different platforms where we can share this work. So along with Arpan and myself, if any of you have ideas, if you have any places you'd want this body of work to be shown or to be people that we can share it with, then please feel free to let us know about that. So that's a couple of things. I think that's about all. I can't believe that this is our last official meeting, but hope in the coming days we can still get together, every now and then. And we will have two groups, one on Facebook and one on WhatsApp, where everybody will be in the same group. Just want to give a couple of thanks, Arpan, for all the resources. He really worked hard in getting everything there on time and reaching out to all the resource people. So sometimes it was difficult; they hadn't responded, and so sometimes we were sharing it a bit late. But I think overall we got all the resources out, and there was a lot of really good resources, and I'm sure you weren't able to go through everything. So in the coming days, feel free to go back to these and look through them. I see Sharon behind Arpan. She's also the force, very metaphorically, behind Arpan. So thank you, Sharon and Arpan. They comprise the Lighthouse experiment. Would like to thank everybody, all the artists who took such a part of, you took part with so much passion, so much commitment, and you put in your all towards the program, and that was way beyond what we could ask. And just really appreciate you being part of the conversations, adding so much value to our, as we formed our perspectives. So just really thankful for that. And yeah, hope this is not the end, and we have a lot more conversations in the coming days. I'd like to let Arpan have a word after this, but before we have that, could I request everybody to sort of come close to the screen so I can take a screenshot? All right, so I'll have to do two because we're in two screens. All right, everybody smile. And one more.
It has a sound effect also.
Cheese. Farman, are you there? Okay, we can Photoshop Farman in. Oh, we missed Yastika. So, hey Yastika. Yastika is working on memes. The memes that we have. So she's working on a meme / with mental health. So that's still in progress.
And Anna's work?
Anna didn't submit.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if I'll have to get in touch with her. See what she'd like. Cool. Arpan, if you'd like to have a word. Arpan and Sharon, yeah.
Yeah, I was just asking her what should I say about it now, and really want to thank Isaac and all the work that has gone behind. It was not very easy to coordinate this, but it seemed he made it seem like it was so easy to kind of coordinate the entire thing. And also Abraham is one of the volunteers that was on board, and I don't think he's there in the meeting today, but he's done a lot of reminders and all that, so it was kind of helpful for you. And virtual can be very difficult, but they were the team behind that made it seem so easy. And also getting to know you all, and it was such an honor that we could play a small and role in kind of coordinating this. And seeing your artwork now, and it's been very emotional also, because we know what it really means to and also is so many ideas and all that. So I was able to sit through the entire thing, and it was really beautiful to see the work that has come out. And I think I'm definitely sure that it will be a blessing in the life of many people, and that we could really use this work to kind of continue the work around mental health also. And yeah, thank you all for being part of the program. And it was just a dream few months ago, and then it all came into reality. And yeah, especially Isaac and Stefan and the team in Art for Change also, because I think without them, the entire thing would not have been possible. So they've done a remarkable job. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. Hoping to see you all in maybe real life when the residency and when we'll have the gallery thing program. Maybe we could also come and be a part of it.
That's not a maybe. You don't have a choice. You'll have to.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah.
Isaac, may I ask which gallery you are planning to? Is the gallery already booked, or which gallery are you planning to exhibit?
It's not booked yet, Ritu, but we're looking at IIC as one option. But we also, I mean, we'd like this work to kind of travel even. So initially, first in Delhi. There's also the Modern Art Gallery in Chanakyapuri. They have offered their space for a month in November. So that could be that's a possibility. But November, I don't know if we'll be able to get all the work by November, and if it's even a good time to have an exhibition, because we do want that footfall and that. So, but we will be having the online version up in October already. So it will be sort of, and some galleries have been doing a pretty good job with virtual exhibitions. Quite a good experience. Of course, not like the physical experience, but nonetheless, good experience. Thank you for staying hour longer. Anybody want to go into breakout rooms?
Don't feel like leaving, actually.
Yeah, this is the time when the champagne is popped, and yeah. But yeah, really looking forward to meeting you all in person as well. Be it at the exhibition or at future events and that.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, where will these artworks be uploaded?
They will be on the Art for Change website initially, but we'd like to have a couple of different spaces where we have all the works up.
If it's possible, could you also share the recording so we have the explanation of the artworks too?
Yes, the recording from today.
Yes.
Yes. I'll do that. I'll put it up on YouTube, so it'll be easy to view and share as well.